an encouragement in that area. As you see Denley get out, there's a nice little greenish patch. And that's the importance as well of recognizing how you control your execution. Sometimes the outcome might not go your way, and that's what leads to patience. And I think that's the important communication that comes from the captain, comes from the men behind the stumps, and it keeps the bowler patient. But you're always considering, if you've executed what your plan is, you live with that. And I think that's what he did well this morning. He didn't have any success, but I just thought every time he bowled, he was in that area, always asking those questions at least.
Looks quite sharp on his feet, Joe. You can see him there. He's shadowing the shot that he's just played. The point has been made by Pietersen, who's on the previous half hour. There's a slight change to his footwork and that forward press. I think he looks the better for it, actually. He looks a bit sharper on his feet, slightly less static, and not getting caught quite so much on the crease. That's a kiss of death, of course. He'll just nick off, you know, to first slip, but he looks quite sharp in his footwork. It's a good sign. .79 for 4.
Ronaldo! What a phenomenon he is! Griezmann is there to finish it off. Harry Kane for England. That's a stunning goal. Oh, blockbuster!
Europe's biggest sporting spectacle, the UEFA Euro 2020, starts 12th June, live and exclusive on Sony 10-2.
One. Notorious without a wicket. Ferdinand Philander will come into the attack. Decent spell from Nokia. Mark Nicholas, Sean Pollock and Nasser.
Well, an excellent passage of cricket. This has been one of the best of the series. Cricket feels very alive. South Africa really turned up after the tea break, after a rather lackluster first session, and the ball just moving a little, carrying through nicely. You feel the pitch is worthy of the name, and the players are now responding to it. Contest out there. As for Ollie Pope's start, close to perfect.
Yeah, they'll just want one more, won't they? England got themselves in a similar position, 150 for 4 in PE, and it was Stokes and Pope that took the game away. Buttler in next, is under a bit of pressure, hasn't got many runs of late. So they'll just want one more to get Jos Buttler in. He can play, he's a real talent, but he hasn't found his way in Test cricket yet. No Stokes to take the game away from you, but a world-class player in Root and a young gun in Pope. This partnership vital for England.
All the best players, Pope sees it early, plays it late. His body shape's very good, and of course he's in form, which is a fine feeling for any batsman. Risk of sorry, Nassi, you're about to say something.
No, I was just looking at Ben Stokes and how angry he was when he got out. An odd thing has just crept into his game a little bit, and he's in fabulous nick. There's twice in the series he's tried to hit balls that were outside off through the leg side. This was in Cape Town. Watch his bat, almost hitting mid-on. That's quite a bit outside off on the angle from a right arm over. And then also today, a very similar line, outside off, way outside off. Watch the way his bat comes as if he's hitting through mid-on. Now, cut away nicely. Someone like David Gower, who you'd have played with, your classic left-hander, be hitting that through extra cover mid-off.
Well, his face is much more shut. In fact, it's very shut at the top of the bat swing, whereas David's was very open.
Thumbs up on the analysis. We don't know.
No hiding place, hey? 180 for 4.
T20 हो या टेस्ट क्रिकेट, men हो या women, India ho ya Australia, love for cricket knows no boundaries. Watch the explosive T20I series to experience sensational batting and dazzling bowling as the women in blue take on two cricketing giants. 2020 Women's Tri-Nation Series starts Friday 31st January, live and exclusive on Sony ESPN. J-Dot presents Inverex Solar Energy Cup, Pakistan versus Bangladesh T20I Series 2020. Second T20I, live and exclusive on Sony ESPN.
Right, Bjorn Hendricks replacing Dane Patterson. Important that he keeps this high standard going. The one thing that I just don't get in this situation, I actually do get it in other situations, bowling this well and having this sort of really animated feel about South Africa, why there are so many singles available. It's Root's such a master at rotating the strike anyway. There are these well, in fact, they've just brought up, they've just filled the gap at mid-wicket. It's huge. There's only one fielder mid-off. Covers on the fence, and there's two in a gully. It's a 5-4 offside field. Singles everywhere.
Only explanation, and you're not going to like it, Mark, is it's the modern way. They just think about the boundaries, stop the boundaries, where the boundary's going to come, and if you get a single, so be it. It's just the modern way.
Yeah, but that's fine, and I get it with certain players who have a strong shot. I don't get it with somebody like Root and indeed Pope, who's so good at manipulating the space anyway. Do you see what I mean? It's not as if he goes big shots all the time. He gets momentum through rotating the strike. Now all these gaps everywhere again. So there you go. There's a single there every time, as there is on the offside, and he has to do so little. When the ball comes onto the bat and bounces nicely, you can be half good and find little gaps. Never mind as good as him.
I prefer your other explanation. The modern way, I don't know. I'm not buying that one. But the one where you said that he's going to try and knock it down and try and pick up a single, maybe bring the slipcord, I'll go with that way.
Not an explanation, it's a fact, Sean.
Okay.
I'm not telling you whether I agree with it or not. It is just a fact. We constantly sit up here and say, why have they got sweepers out? This is the moment, to seize this moment, build some pressure. Maybe it's a lack of trust in the bowling attack. If you had Sean Pollock landing it on a sixpence ball after ball, Vernon Philander ball after ball, then you bring people in. There has been the odd 4-ball, quick scoring ground. Maybe there's a lack of trust in an inexperienced attack.
Yeah. 44 singles today. I don't know whether that's a lot in 50 overs. Certainly means there aren't many maidens. There was a time when captains were handed the bowling figures and looked at the maidens column, see what sort of control.
And if you spoke to great bowlers, they would say they hate singles. Shane Warne would always say, give me 6 balls in an over against 1 batsman and I'll back myself to be all over him. If he gets off strike, then that concerns me. I want to work a batsman over. Now that might have gone for 4.
Well, yeah, but that was a rank bad ball.
But that's why that's my point about Sean Pollock is not bowling a delivery like that. That's a rank bad ball, and that's why maybe Faf du Plessis doesn't have the trust.
Okay. Odd thing in a test match.
As a guy who used to bowl lots of maidens, at the end of your career, you do get there and think, oh, what was I so worried about the maidens for? Should have gone for the odd glory delivery, trying to pick up a few more test wickets.
Eight 3 for 4.
Seems like it's getting pretty darker. Can't really see the effect of the lights. Not too many shadows around the players, but in the context of the bright sunshine we had not so long ago, it does look a little bit dull.
Well, they'll be unpopular if they take the players off with full floodlights on, having lost a whole morning. Go through to 6:30, which is another 50 minutes, almost 50 minutes.
I think the South African captain Faf du Plessis would be in the ear of Vernon Fernandez. He calls him Chooks as his nickname. I don't know where he's picked up that name from, but he'd be in his ear saying, come on, Chooks, all these years you've done the job for us. There's 13.5 overs left. We'd love nothing better than to pick up 1 more wicket here before the close. Maybe get a night watchman or as Nasser said, get Butler in on not great form at the moment. Senior pro, the man with over 200 wickets compared to the others.
One thing I'll say about Butler is he may come out swinging. He may see himself under a bit of pressure, see this situation if he does come in. Maybe not tonight, but if he's batting tomorrow. He has certain things written on his bat that are non-repeatable on air, which basically means if in doubt, swing hard. That's what he does in white ball cricket. He may, depending on the situation. Actually may not while he's going to bat with one of these two, but if he's batting with the men after him, he'll be swinging hard.
সম্মানিত এলাকাবাসী, আমি ডেইজি সারওয়ার 31 নম্বর ওয়ার্ড দিয়ে ছিল কিছু কথা। সালাম জানাই, সাথে ভালোবাসা। ডেইজি আপার সালাম নেন, লাঠি মার্কায় ভোট দেন। ডেইজি আপার সালাম নেন, লাঠি মার্কায় ভোট দেন। ডেইজি আপার 2 নয়ন 31 উন্নয়ন। ডেইজি আপার 2 নয়ন 31 উন্নয়ন। 31 নম্বর ওয়ার্ড নিয়ে আপার কিছু কথা প্রভাবশালীর প্রভাব।
Questions about him. That average isn't bad at all. I mean, it's something that can improve for a guy picked to bat at number 7. He's sometimes been picked as a specialist number 7, not as a wicket keeper. Yes, he's tailed off a bit the last 8 months. He was one who found it difficult to come down from the World Cup win. But in the previous year, he played some pretty impressive innings, particularly with the tails.
Yeah. I think also the combination, his glove work hasn't been as fluent as he'd like, has made the odd mistake. The last game he looked a bit scrappy. So with a tour of Sri Lanka coming up, where you probably want your best keeper when it's spinning, Bairstow and Folks in the background, Butler will know that cameras will be on him and he'll want to deliver.
Looks like Duane Pretorius is going to come back onto the field. He hurt his hand when he dropped a very hard pull stroke from Joe Denly, the second time that Denly was dropped. There it is. It just hits his hand, really. He had some strapping there in the first place, and I wonder if he just worsened that condition. Anyway, he's been off for a while now. Finally looks as if he's returning to the field of play. A lot of strapping.
And a lot of that, where because of the bounce and the nip, you just get blows around about the thigh region, and that might have hit both thighs of Joe Root.
You're talking like a man who received a few from Sean Pollock and Adam Donald.
Absolutely. Just watch it nip, and that's a sore area. Oh.
It's like a bacon slice of the inner thigh, isn't it? Two of them together. And he had to get the charge on to make sure he didn't get run out.
Oh, Joe.
It goes somewhere along the ow, 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 ow.
And of course, the game constantly exposes you. It was the last ball of the over, so he now has to strike for the next ball. He'd love to have had a couple of balls at the non-strikers and letting that settle down.
It's a good ground for short legs because of that bounce. A couple of years, well, 4 years ago, James Taylor took a couple of brilliant catches at short leg, like that off the bowling of Stuart Broad, right off the face of the bat. There you go. Very exciting moment.
Yeah,
that is.
It is. Gone up on the. It's huge. It's huge in numbers, not really in historical importance. But England has gone to 500,000 runs in Test match cricket, most by any country, primarily because they play the most matches. 4. Easy to work with that angle if you're in and seeing it big as Pope is. There is a leg slip there, so something he wants to be aware of, and I'm sure is.
This angle, it does bring that man into play. Always an opportunity with the inside edge.
Set a little sort of mini leg trap here, or as good a leg trap as you probably can set in the modern game, with short leg in a much more orthodox, closer position than square leg and leg slip as well as long leg.
Combination of angle that Sean Pollock's talking about and the bounce, and they remember the Sibley dismissal where they got him caught down the leg side. Similar angle and the bounce, so there's a leg slip, a short leg, and they're bowling at Pope's hip.
Oh, I say. Cricket drama.
Well played. That's why a quick pitch, a bouncy pitch, produces that drama. Great cricket.
There's almost a little bit of a leg cutter from Hendricks. Watch as it pitches, it nips back on that angle. Bang, nips back convincingly. And Pope had to watch it carefully. And the key was that he did and adjusted brilliantly, even if you end up on your back. That's a good bit of movement. Nothing worse than one that's short and follows you.
Oh, might have caught his back too. He simply couldn't get out of the way.
That was great cricket, that bouncer, and so well played. 191 for 4. Have a look.
T20 ho ya Test cricket, men ho ya women, India ho ya Australia, love for cricket knows no boundaries. Watch the explosive T20I series to experience sensational batting and dazzling bowling as the women in blue take on 2 cricketing giants. 2020 Women's Tri-Nation Series starts Friday 31st January, live and exclusive on Sony ESPN.
He could bowl a few of them and had batsmen doing exactly that.
Don't think anyone scared county cricketers more than Sylvester Clarke. I played in an Essex dressing room where they used to put on the TV in the hope that Sylvester Clarke was carrying a bit of a niggle or injury. He was seriously quick. It was a beautiful delivery, nipping back in. Drop your hands and get your head out the way. Nearly up periscope with the bat.
Yeah, well, when he played here for Transvaal, they became known as the Mean Machine because there was Vincent van der Bijl, whose 800 plus first-class wickets cost just 16, so you got nothing at one end, along with great skill, not just accuracy. Then Rupert Handley and Clive Rice, who was a hard, mean, outstanding cricketer. Alan Curry gave nothing away, and then a powerful batting lineup that included guys like Jimmy Cook and Graham Pollock. It really was a team and a half. Sylvester Clarke played his part in giving it its legend, really. And I'm sure there were many provincial players in South Africa who felt the same as the Essex players.
I think of some of the other bowlers. There was Rupert Handley, maybe came a little bit later. Neil Radford, Hugh Page, all came in the latter part.
Had a season at Essex as overseas pro, Hugh Page.
I used to say, don't poke the bear with regards to Sylvester Clarke. If you got him irritated, all of a sudden running on off 6 or 7 steps, he would just slide in a quick bouncer.
There's KG Rabada. How much he knows about Sylvester Clarke. He certainly has listened over the years to Michael Holding, has said how much he's benefited from Mikey's wisdom in the art of fast bowling. Really is a standout feature of Ollie Pope. You watch the footwork. We're very used to a lot of hard-hitting modern-day batsmen whose stroke play is something to behold. But Pope, footwork sets it up. It's superb. He's getting well forward to Philander and holding his position, his defensive stroke, and then when the chance comes to cut, he pounces on it. Very exciting young cricketer. Has been built up in the last week after his man of the match performance in Port Elizabeth. He's come out and rewarded people's faith in him already in this innings of 22. In fact, the partnership's been very good. They've taken a bit of the sting out of the South Africans, having already put on 35 together. Good time. It's 192 for 4 now.
Roma versus Lazio, Sunday 26 January, 9 p.m. Live and exclusive on Sony 10-1.
They base that on the shadows, I think, as much as anything. Anyway, play will continue, and there's been no instruction to get the quicks off. That's a good thing for the spectators that are here. Well, that was the first threatening ball after the bounce. First ball he had to come forward and defend in line, and he did it, I have to say, typically well and convincingly.
Just like the England batsmen at PE had to work out for a while what to do with that leg theory where they clipped a couple to backward square leg. Here, Pope's got to work out what to do when it's around about hip height, because there are men catching there. Umpires again having a chat.
Whether they're bothered about that sort of grey coloured look in the seats above the sight screen, I don't know. Down at the golf course end of the ground, and they're offering the light. Well, huge frustration for the crowd, and I'm sure for all of you at home. Faf has his little grumble, but I mean, you're not going to change the umpire's mind now. He might just be going to ask them on what basis they've made their decision, and will this therefore be a consistent position through the game. But you see it's being explained pretty clearly to him.
Yeah, at the golf course end you've got seating, and obviously that's the Standard Bank logo that would be normally white, but just above it there's a lot of dark areas because of the shadow of the roof of the different boxes above where the sight screen. On the other side of the ground it's actually pretty good, and it goes up an extended way, and there's a little bit of a brown wall behind there, but it's a bigger area, and that's what the umpires are probably saying, that offers a better outlook for the batsman. They get more white area to watch the ball come from, whereas from the golf course end it's a bit restricted. Anyway, that'll probably bring the day's play to an end. England were absolutely superb, 107 without loss, and then South Africa have showed some good fight. Managed to pick up 4 wickets. The day will end on 192 for 4. That's the England side. Disappointed losing the 4, just happy with the situation.
Well, I think they'll be pretty happy with the day. I thought South Africa actually were very disappointing in the first session. Second session, as you can see there, they were excellent. They came back well. But Faf du Plessis and Mark Boucher will be asking where was that passion and aggression up front earlier today. Fair play to South Africa. They came back hard. And England have settled on the close of day one at 192 for 4.
So the situation, Crawley was superb for his 66. Got a blow on the helmet. Not long after that was out. When he tried to withdraw his bat from Crawley, Sibley was actually first to go, gloving one down the leg side. Beren Hendricks gets his first test wicket. Denley's delivery was a pretty good one from Patterson, found the outside edge. Root still there on 25. Ben Stokes, slightly out of character shot, trying to whoop one through the leg side from outside the off stump. Nortje got the wicket. Pope following on after a good performance at St George's.
Yeah, there are the partnerships. Excellent. First time an opening partnership for England has amassed 100 plus since Chennai in 2016. That was Cook and Jennings. This is Crawley and Sibley. Then the wickets came. Only notable partnership, Root and Denley, 34. But this one is vital between Root and Pope. They're the bowlers. One for Philander, one for Nortje, one for Patterson, and Hendricks was excellent after tea He got his first Test wicket, 192 for 4.
In the world's grandest T20 league, watch Melbourne Stars versus Brisbane Heat. Tomorrow, 1:40 p.m. KFC Big Bash League. Live on Sony 10-3.
Co-presented by My 11 Circle. Make your team and play with champions.
This is Sony Picture Sports Network, and you are watching Sony ESPN HD.
What an atmosphere.
Here we go.
Hello and welcome to the highlights of the first of the 3 T20 international between Pakistan and Bangladesh played at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. The erstwhile Gaddafi pitch had a tinge of grass and seemed bowler-friendly. However, at toss time, Bangladesh called it right and elected to bat. A quick look at the playing 11 for the two teams. Pakistan included two debutants, top order batsman Ehsan Ali and fresh off his exploits in the Big Bash League, Haris Rauf. In terms of experience, Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik were also drafted in the team. For Bangladesh, Tamim Iqbal and Mohammad Naeem opened the batting, with skipper Mahmudullah and Soumya Sarkar providing impetus in the middle. Let's head straight to the action.
Thank you very much for Bangladesh team to come in. And what a day.
Tamim Iqbal does like it here. And you think back to Sri Lanka winning matches, batting first against Pakistan. So that probably influenced things for Mahmudullah, who's taken over the captaincy. Now with Ahmad Wasim, very characteristic in terms of starting with the left arm orthodox. Rightio, here we go. There's that classic full, yeah, as you say, was just little arm balls, get to the drift, a little bit of seam up sometime. And a little wrist work from Naeem, and he's underway. Oh, and it's gone all the way. Just shows you how quick the outfield is once it gets out past the 30-metre circle. There's the first boundary for Bangladesh. Oh, it's a top edge and it races away. Last one there disappears. A little shimmy from Tamim. And that is exquisitely played here through extra cover for Tamim. Oh, that sounded sweet. And is first maximum, courtesy of Naeem. Back over the bowler's head for 6.
Short of a length, cleared his front foot and then went straight. Not towards mid-wicket, went straight with the full face of the bat for the maximum. Look at that shot. Beautiful.
Now this should be mighty exciting. Haris Rauf is in. Beats him all, ends up. He's slippery all right. Flowing drive. That goes through. Both openers looking in great touch. What a lovely cover drive that is. Another short ball and beautifully struck for 4.
He was in a spot of bother, but this time he gets in a good position and puts it away in great style.
Now they've got to get a move on. That's exactly what they need to do. Slog sweep for 4.
In his arc, and have a look at that ball fly over the field. Lovely connection from the left-hander. That's good second run. Has he made his ground? Wicketkeeper is happy chappy. They feel that they've got the batsman run out.
Struggling there. Keeper collect and take off the bails, and is caught well short. So unfortunately from Bangladeshi context, they lose the first wicket.
Sadly has got to leave the field. Can be difficult to judge the contours of the ground if you're playing a game after a gap of so many years. It's gone after scoring 39 of 34, 71 for 1. It's gone up in the air away from the fielder for 6. Beautifully managed through the offside. Lazy elegance personified. What a strike that is.
It's brilliant. It's a delight to watch. So pleasing to the eye. Didn't seem to hit it too hard. Just the full back lift and then the follow through. Look at that. He was pretty balanced.
Call is for 2. Shadab. Here's after the ball. Second run taken. He's hit the stumps on the full. They're appealing. Shadab is hopeful. Now we know that these direct hits can be lethal.
Let's see what transpired. Where's the ball? I think it's gone. That's excellent.
Hitting the stumps on the full. They're waiting for the call. It'll be shown as out. Littendas gone for 12. 2 down for 98 Bangladesh.
Mohammad Riyad comes in a little bit earlier than we'd have thought.
Big shot, catch it is the call. It's not been middled. Will it be middled by the fielder? Easily taken at long on.
Well, the intentions were pretty clear. I think the signals come, and the captain coming in has told Naeem to get a move on and try to get down the wicket, got the toe end of the bat. It was an easy take. Naeem goes for 43. Bangladesh are 98 for 3.
Change of pace. Dawn Lovely. Got enough of this that the skipper wants to get a wriggle on.
There was no point bowling a slow ball at this stage of the game. Just pace within the stumps, just give away single, put pressure on the batsman. Not happened in this instance here. God, first wicket, full delivery. That's where he's good at. Haris Rauf got his first international wicket for his country.
The green machine. Yeah, you miss, I hit. Certainly bang on there. Middle stump, knock back. Knocks over Hussain for just 9. Bangla are now 119 for 4.
Got a great delivery down leg side. Fine look is up in the circle. He's not happy with himself. Much needed boundary for Bangladesh.
Yeah, nice little freebie to get underway here for Shumer. Just outside leg peg. It's too easy. pitched outside. Shaheen liked it, but even Rizwan had gone a little bit to the leg side himself, the keeper.
You reckon, Dini? You reckon, Danny? It's gone up?
Yeah, come upstairs.
Yes. There is no spike on ultra edge. Ball, no bat involved. Ball tracking, please. A ball pitch is clearly outside. Back to on-field umpire. Shows up, stay with your decision, not out.
Oh, there you go. Change of pace. There's the salute and the characteristic celebration of Shaheen.
Let's have a look. The front foot behind the line. It's okay. Everything is fine. So Carr departs for 7. Bangladesh 128 for 5 now.
Oh, that's a nice stroke. Skipper gives a bit of glove love to Mohammed Minton.
What a shot. No effort whatsoever. Sheer timing. There was a fielder there for that shot. Obviously, he wasn't straight enough. Look at this. Sheer timing. You don't need to hit them hard as long as you time them beautifully like this one.
Yeah, some of us need a wig. Keep warm. Oh, big slice. It's away with it. Yeah, it'll go all the way. Couple of bounces to third man.
Important boundary for Bangladesh. 140 now. The third man was up in the circle. It was slightly wide, hence the top edge. Slow ball, the off cutter. Got the top edge, couple of bounces into the fence.
Cruel old game. Tries the Yorker. And gets away with it. It's a low full toss. So it'll only be a single. And Bangladesh get through to 141 for 5. The skipper's not out 19. Mohammed Minton not out 5. 13 off that final over is fairly useful. From their 20 overs, they've managed to get past 140 just. But some good fielding, some good bowling.
Absolutely, they played well, Pakistani team. They fielded well. They started off a bit slow, but generally they got into the rhythm. Then they fielded well. They were backing the fielders. They were supporting each other. And good debut by Haris Rauf. Got a wicket as well, bowled well. It's just young. And Shaheen Shafridi got a wicket as well. So Pakistan need 142 to win in 20 overs.
Good conditions to bat first. Openers doing well. Tamim almost 40. Naeem did get into the 40s, 43. And the others just struggled to get going get into the overdrive gear. Litton got a dozen. Hussain didn't get double figures, neither did Shumashaka. Skipper was not out 19, and Mohammed Minton only faced a handful of deliveries, but did strike a nice boundary.
Pakistani bowling. Imad bowled well with the new ball, 3 overs, 16 runs. Shaheen Shafridi, 4 overs, 23 for 1, bowled brilliantly. Hasnan was tad expensive, 4 overs for 36, economy rate of 9. Rauf, 4 overs, 32 for 1, and then of course Shadab, 4 overs, 26 for 1.
Big match coming up on My 11 Circle.
It's time for India versus New Zealand, second T20.
You can beat my team this match and make 3 times more cash. Make your team now only on My 11 Circle.
Conor McGregor, you're taking everything I work for. Shut your mouth till then. Come on, I'm going back out here. I'm going to go back out here.
Have you ever thought of hurting someone? If you have, then what you gonna witness will change your mind. UFC as real as it gets, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. on Sony 10-2.
Get your Sony Network's sports channels. Subscribe to Happy India Pack. Starts at 31 rupees per month.
It's a straight hit and a big hit.
Pakistan need to start well here, right? Babar Azam to start the fun.
Runs on the board. So it's what Muhammadullah wanted. He won the toss. He said, we're going to post a total that we can defend. I mentioned just prior to the end of the innings, Sri Lanka late last year got 146, so they defended that. Pakistan got 134. Came up rather short, rather disappointing for them and the fans here at Gaddafi, but here we go. Shafil, Islam still a hint of shape.
Bit of swing, away swing to the right-hander. The best player in T20 format, Babar Azam, the Pakistani skipper. Hassan Ali, his career, 26 years of age, 41 innings. And look at the strike rate. Almost 130, averaging 23.73.
Oh, there is. Big shout here. Giffen! Little tickle. Hassan Raza, the umpire, he agrees. If you don't think you've hit it, Skip, yeah, come upstairs. And he has. You should know straight away, surely, if you've nicked this one.
Here comes front on spin again. Yes, there is clear spike on Ultra Edge. Stay with your decision, out. Stay with your decision, out. You are on screen. Stay with your decision, out.
Yeah, confirmation. And a little feather, because Ultra Edge said there was a little spike and a little noise.
Important wicket for Bangladesh. Pakistani skipper departs without scoring any run. So Pakistan none for one now.
Oh, talk about timing. Hafiz, if you please.
Tremendous shot by Muhammad Hafiz. No effort. Look at this, just sheer timing. Raced back to his, rocked back to his back foot and just opened the face of the bat at the last second to create that gap between point and
delightful. Just underlines how slick this outfield is here.
It's a very odd field setting. He's got slip in place, he's got point fielder towards short third man, and then the point fielder is on the boundary. So there's a huge gap, and beautifully played by Muhammad Hafiz between this fielder, the short third man, and fielder on the boundary.
Deep square leg now in front. No, that'll race away for four. Not a great line from the Fizz.
Great delivery either from Mustafizer. Another boundary for Hafiz. He's looking good. So far 12 of 7.
Yeah, just pumping him up. Fizz. He's got this one wrong.
That's where, as a bowler, you've got to keep an eye on the batsman.
Boom, boom. A few sighters. Get all of it. We've got enough of it low on the blade. It's a nice area to score early.
Secret was he waited for it.
Naughty, naughty, naughty. Again.
In the slow ball, again pitching outside leg. Fine leg was up in the circle. Sensibly played, cleverly played by Hassan.
Once again, it was so unlike Mr. Fazir Rahman. Back-to-back boundaries because he's too much on leg stick.
Poor bowling. The field is set for offside, and then you're bowling just outside leg. Only fine leg, and that too fine leg up in the circle. No chance for a square leg fielder who was in front of the leg umpire. So another boundary for Hassan.
Lovely wrist work. Hafiz, a little misfield, and a big boundary means easy two. Oh, leading edge. Out, as simple as that. Hafiz has got to go. Second one falls inside the power play. One of his characteristic big off breaks. Breaks the wrists on the delivery, loops up, all very comfortable. Is the end of Mohammad Hafiz. Gone for 17 in Pakistan, now 35 for 2 here.
Beautifully placed.